We are following breaking news right now. Firefighters got quick control of a small grass fire in Boulder County. According to the sheriff's office, it started in an open space near the Marshall Fire burn scar area. This is north of 36, just west of Cherryvale. It was producing a lot of smoke, but the fire is contained and remains small in size, about 2 acres. Crews will be in the area for some time to control hotspots. We are learning more about a road rage incident that left an innocent Colorado woman seriously hurt in the hospital. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sam Chalker.
I'm Alexandra Lewis. The suspect, a 56-year-old man, appeared before a judge this morning. He's locked up for attempted murder. 9 News investigative reporter Jimmy Hohola got his hands on the court documents in this case that describe a shooting and then a car chase. Jeremy, what did you learn?
Yeah, that's right. If the allegations are true in this case, a man's anger on the road is going to forever impact not only his life, but also a woman who was caught in the middle of gunfire.
According to court documents, Matthew Impellitteri got so angry while driving on Highway 285, he fired a gun at least 2 times at another car. Inside that car was a 38-year-old woman sitting in the passenger seat who was shot once in the head. She's still alive, fighting for her life in the hospital. All of this unfolded on the highway on Tuesday just before 7 p.m. as Impellitteri was driving south. Records say the man who was driving the car that was shot at tried chasing Impelliteri's white Subaru, but ended up crashing into a rock with his injured girlfriend. Eventually, officers found Impellitteri walking alone approximately 300 feet from the victim vehicle. Court records show investigators conducted a search warrant at his home nearby and found video of his Subaru and him entering his home with a bag. Video he deleted, according to investigators who were able to recover the files. Records say they found 5 gun magazines, all of them loaded in the bag, and a loaded 9mm pistol in the bedroom.
And Impellitteri appeared before a judge this morning who ordered him to stay locked up under a $1 million cash-only bond. This is his first arrest, and we've learned that he's a light rail train operator for RTD. And just this into the newsroom, too. The family of victim here, Cassie Moy, just shared a statement in the last few minutes saying they are grateful for the love and prayers. They said Cassie is brilliant, kind, creative, active, and selfless. And at this moment, she remains in critical condition. Let's hope that she recovers. Alex, back to you.
What a horrible situation to happen. And then to hear that this was, his first arrest of any kind, I found that surprising. Yeah,
2 lives here severely impacted over an angry moment on the road, according to court documents.
All right, Jeremy, thank you.
Yes.
An investigation is underway in Denver after officers shot and killed a man overnight. It happened near an apartment complex near South Parker Road in South Peoria. Denver police say the man was a burglary suspect. When they got to the complex, the man was inside a storage unit. Officers say the man had a large knife in his hand and didn't follow commands to put it down. 2 officers shot the man. He later died at the hospital. The officers were not injured.
Switching gears here, here's your warning. Make plans to get outside this weekend and enjoy the warm weather. Today, people were out enjoying the conditions at Sunken Gardens Park. If you didn't get a chance to get out today, you have a few more chances before a big change rolls in next week. So let's check in now with senior meteorologist Chris Bianchi. So Chris, this weekend, and then we get a change, right?
Yeah, we get a change. It's more of kind of like a slow roll into this kind of more typical fall weather. But right now, happy July 137th to all who celebrate here. Temperatures running way above average for this time of year. We're in the 70s and 80s Eastern Plains. Akron, there's that sun going down. And here in Denver, we're in the mid-70s. It's 4 p.m., but more importantly, it's November the 14th. What are we doing here, Mother Nature? This is wacky stuff for this time of year. Again, yesterday in the mid-70s, again there today. And look at that, Rocky Ford. That's right near La Junta. 86 right now. Leadville, 53. 60s for the most part in the mountains. What are we doing? Radar quiet as could be. And that forecast we head over the next few hours will drop down into the mid to upper 50s for us before midnight. And the overall takeaway here, folks, this is, again, more typical weather for, say, mid to late September rather than the middle of the month of November. And today, again, in the 70s for us, those headlines. Look ahead, warm and dry for today. But then this weekend, we slightly cool down. But more importantly, next week, we have the chance for a few snowflakes and a more meaningful cool down. We'll break all this down for you in just a couple minutes.
Chris, thank you. Drivers heading in from Utah to Colorado had some delays getting into the state yesterday. Check this out. I-70 eastbound lanes in Utah were impassable yesterday because of fallen boulders. Utah High Patrol shared this picture of the highway being blocked. Utah DOT workers were able to clear the road pretty quickly.
Russia unleashed what Ukraine is calling a massive attack on Kyiv overnight. New video shows the damage left behind in the daylight. It was the largest attack in weeks. Ukrainian officials say at least 6 people were killed and dozens of others were hurt in the wave of drone and missile attacks. Russia launched some 400 drones. Residential apartments and a medical facility were also damaged. The Ukrainians are saying that they hit back with long-range cruise missiles made in Ukraine. Well, fallout from the Epstein files is intensifying. President Trump ordered the Justice Department to investigate top Democrats and major financial institutions linked to Epstein.
This move comes after the release of thousands of documents that mention President Trump. NBC's Kelly O'Donnell has details from Washington.
After days of ignoring questions about his friendship with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, President Trump now says he will ask Attorney General Pam Bondi to investigate Epstein's involvement with prominent Democrats, including former President Bill Clinton, former Harvard President Larry Summers, plus financial institutions. The president blames Democrats for what he calls the Epstein hoax and criticizes some Republicans as weak for agreeing with them. The lengthy social media post came after House Speaker Mike Johnson announced he will hold a vote next week on whether to require the Justice Department to release all of its Epstein files.
We have been for maximum transparency of the Epstein files from the very beginning.
This week, the House Oversight Committee released tens of thousands of documents separately held by Epstein's estate. A number of those reference Mr. Trump, including an email where Epstein wrote, "Of course he knew about the girls," as he asked Ghislaine to stop. The president has not been accused of any wrongdoing related to Epstein and has resisted calls to release all the files, though previously had said he would if elected president. Today, Epstein's accusers and the family of the late Virginia Roberts Giuffre, Epstein's most vocal accuser, sent a letter to Congress urging them to vote to release the documents. The women say it's time for the public to see the files.
We are representing survivors that have never had a voice.
One of the financial institutions the president posted about, saying he wants it investigated, is J.P. Morgan Chase, that had been Epstein's banker for 15 years. A group of survivors sued J.P. Morgan Chase, saying that it had facilitated his sex trafficking ring. J.P. Morgan Chase did settle that lawsuit for $290 million, but does not acknowledge any liability. Kelly O'Donnell, NBC News, Washington.
The highest paved state highway will be closing this weekend for expected winter-like weather. The 32-mile stretch of Highway 82 goes from Aspen to Leadville in Pitkin County. The highway gates will close at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. This weekend, the mountains could see some snow on Sunday. CDOT says they reevaluate conditions on Tuesday to determine whether the pass can reopen or will enter its annual winter shutdown. We are counting down to kickoff in Denver. It is another division rivalry, the biggest one ever this weekend.
Broncos handled the Raiders last weekend. Now it's time for the Chiefs because it's going to be a showdown. The game will get national attention. Broncos fans are invited to come down and see the CBS NFL broadcast live from Empower Field. Sky 9 got a view above the crews, getting the set all ready for JB and the guys. They're setting up on the south end in the perfect spot with the Ring of Fame as the backdrop. The show runs from 10 to 11 o'clock Sunday morning. Then the Broncos game kicks off at 2:25. And now that the government shutdown is over, fans could see a special treat in the sky on Sunday. The Broncos posted this teaser graphic this morning showing fighter jets. So fans hope it means that flyovers will return to the kickoff celebrations now that the shutdown is over. How fun is that? Now, I've never been to a football game, period, let alone a Broncos game.
You've never been to a football game,
No, isn't that crazy?
That surprises
high school,
me.
but never in college at UCLA, but never an NFL game.
Yes, well, and speaking of the flyovers, it is
That's what I want to know, yes.
Huge part
So you've
of the game.
seen that?
Oh, yeah, it's incredible. It's iconic. So without them, it really is a missing piece.
I think I would cry. Is it emotional?
It can be, especially if you've never seen it before.
Yeah.
It really is. It's a beautiful moment, and hopefully it does happen this weekend, as well as that W over Kansas City. How amazing will that be?
I know.